Hi everyone, I'm going to describe my assumptions that I've made for my business venture that are laid out here in the spreadsheet. My family has owned a private investigative firm since before I was born, and recently the firm has expanded quite a bit. So to continue that expansion, I'm going to start the Delta Associated Investigations Training Institute for the Georgia course. To become a licensed private investigator, depending on the state, you have to follow that state's specific requirements. For Georgia, it's required for those individuals to complete a 70-hour instruction course. So to get started, the initial cash balance is going to be $10,000 paid in capital. Because this is more of a service business than an actual product-based business, we're going to discuss student enrollment. As you can tell, the number of students seems to steadily increase until we get to month 11 and 12, which has a slight decrease, and that's because those are around the holiday months and people tend to budget more for the holidays than maybe to take a PI course. The same thing occurs in months 13 through 24. There's a steady increase and then a slight decrease in the last 2 months. For tuition, we did some research and found that those courses that are currently being offered range from $300 to $400. As you can tell, we've increased the price that we're going to offer for a little bit more, and that's because the additional benefits that are associated with our course. Since our course is linked to the agency, there's employment opportunities, further education courses, and on-the-job training. So for the first year, it's going to be offered at $450, and the second year, it'll increase by $25 to $475. We mainly only have one direct cost, and that's going to be the materials needed for the course. It's going to be $50 per unit, and that'll be labor included. And this is just essentially the course handbook. So for month 1, we thought around 4, and that's because we'll expect 2 students. So we always kind of account for more than the number of students that we plan to have, just to have some cushioning. For inventory, beginning inventory is whatever that the amount for units manufactured is for that month. Used inventory is obviously the amount of students we have, and inventory on hand is the amount we have left over. The inventory on hand will roll over to the next month, so on and so forth. For our fixed costs, we will be linked to the agency, so we won't have to buy a building. There's a building already ready for our use, so we'll just sign a 2-year lease contract with that. For rent, so the first year our rent will be $200, the second year our rent will stay at $200. Utilities will be at $75 for the first year and then increase to $80 for the second year. Telephone will be $50 for the first year and remain $50 for the second year. Insurance will just be building and liability insurance, $50 for the first year, $75 for the second year. For marketing, we'll account for $50 for the first year and increase it to $100 for the second year. Owner's draw is going to be $24 per year, which breaks down to $2,000 per month. For the first year, for the second year, it'll increase to $30 per year and break down to $2,500 per month. The salary is the instructor's salary, $12,000 per year, which breaks down to $1,000 per month. The second year, it'll increase to $13,200 per year, which breaks down to $1,100 per month. Supplies will be $30 per month the first year, $45 per month the second year. Supplies will just include pencils, pens, paper, small things around the office that the students might need. Miscellaneous will be $50 for the first year and $100 for the second year. That pretty much wraps it up. I appreciate all of you listening.